That's right. Everybody knows it's Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. Tuesday. That's all you're hearing. It's all you're seeing out there. We know it's Tuesday in here because we've got the Hockey Squirrel with us. Hey there, man. How you doing?
Hey, not too bad. Looking for value, and there's just not a lot of it. There's these juiced lines that are all minus 250. It's kind of annoying, but
Yeah.
still found something to give to you today, so don't worry too much. It's
All
okay.
right. So you got one free bet for us. We're coming off your Thursday appearance here on the Winning Bets channel where you gave us Canucks money line and they came through in overtime, 5-4 victory. So we look for another winner here on your Tuesday appearance here of Winning Bets. And again, like I said, hope you've had a good weekend. Hope you've had a good week. Let's hear what that free bet is going to be.
Yeah, I got a really nice minus 400 to give you. No, I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. Oh, I got the Sharks and the Ducks. Another West Coast late night matchup, and yeah, you're gonna be in bed by this one, I think, again. But we'll get you to hopefully wake up Wednesday morning with a nice winner, and that is going to be the over I'm liking and looking at in this game. Over 5.5. I paid minus 120. I don't mind it at minus 120, but I think you found a good deal for yourself if you want to tell the people about that.
Yeah, and hey, since you gave us a over and not a money line, maybe I'll be up when they cash it in the first period. So hey, maybe I won't be asleep. Maybe I'll get that notification sometime later on this evening. No, DraftKings has a profit boost for Tuesday, whatever they're calling this thing on February here 22nd. So I went ahead and used the boost here on this over. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a plus 101. But yeah, minus 120 still great value right there. But yeah, plus 101.
Right, absolutely. And really effectively long term, that's just lowering the percentage of the time you have to win in order to be profitable on this bet or this type of bet. So I really like that, getting that 20-point discount for yourself. And so cool. If you're, able to grab that, definitely. If not, I wouldn't sweat too much. I still like it at the minus 120 price. And, really this always starts with the data model, taking a look at what do we like for a starting point. And if I'm hitting around 50% in this model or over 50% for an over 5.5, we're getting there. And I do like that. So, I've had some questions, some comments before, and people saying like, well, if you're paying minus 120 and you're being projected at 50%, well, long term, that's not good, right? Well, kind of, because what this isn't doing is factoring in goaltending and injuries, a lot of that kind of stuff. It's really just taking like a calculated attack and defense strength and matching them against each other. And that's where, we're expecting each team to be scored on around 3 times each, giving us a defensive projection or expectation of 6 goals combined per 60 minutes. And if we're over 5.5, we like that. For an attack strength, we're looking at roughly 5.5 goals per 60 minutes. So we're right in the ballpark. And then you start to look at some things that are sounding factors. And obviously, if we haven't already factored in goaltending into the data model, we want to look at who's in goal. And here, at least, we're getting a confirmation of Anthony Stolarz, who is still a good goalie for sure. And the Ducks are at home, but he is not John Gibson. And we know John Gibson to be the elite, top tier goaltender that is extremely hard to score on. And so if we don't have to deal with that tonight, then we like that in our favor for an over. James Reimer is expected, as he should be. If he doesn't go, though, I don't think they really have many backup options other than Zachary Sawchenko, who I'm not real familiar with, and I'm not sure that he's even played an NHL game. So if they did go with him, that would be basically like third, fourth string goaltender type deal. Once again, making it significantly better for an over. Sonny Milano is back in the lineup with Zegras, and that makes things even better yet again for the over. These guys pair very well. The chemistry is excellent, and we've seen some absolutely incredible goals from them. Willing to try anything, and they're pulling off moves that nobody else is doing in the league. And whether that's because of their youth and age and agility level, basically, and just they're excellent to watch. And we know exactly what we're getting from the Sharks with Timo Meier and Tomas Hertl, and Balcers is back in the lineup. The only real thing that's going to hurt is not having Erik Karlsson in the back end. That's a defender right under Brent Burns. But again, if you don't have one of your better defenders, what do you think that's likely going to lead to? Probably more likely going to lead to an over, to not have more experienced, more veteran defensemen. So really from every angle, I like this. The money distribution is also, towards the over. There's a bit more tickets than there is money, but still it's not, nothing weird, at least in the way that the line has been set, the way that the line's moving, or, the money distribution is showing. So really from all aspects, all angles, I really do like the over at 5.5.
All right. And I was waving my hand. I knew the answer to that question. But the defensive end, I knew that would mean more goals. I was over here. I knew it.
There you go.
All right, so we're doing Sharks and Ducks over 5.5 goals, and we'll go ahead and use plus 101 here on the Winning Bets pod. All right, good stuff. Thanks, man, for the nice winner there. Anything else going on at hockeysquirrel.com tonight?
Not too much, really. And again, like I've said, I think the mark also of a true professional sports bettor is to know when to lay off as well, right? And so, if you're paying somebody for information, obviously, or for tips and whatnot, I think sometimes there's good information in just knowing the spots to lay off as well, whether that be paying juice or taking underdogs or totals or whatever. There's just a lot of reasons, I think, to not overextend tonight particularly, and in the last few days there's just a ton of juice to be paid, and whether it's injuries or just a lot of weirdness. You look at last night, like Montreal, you can lose a minus 400 and something, right? I've seen minus 1000s lose, and you see people losing on these heavy favorites, parlaying this, parlaying that, and this minus 400 loss. But if you don't put yourself in that position in the first place where there is no value, it's pretty thin today, I would say. But again, knowing kind of when to avoid things, I think, is another key in keeping your bankroll alive, man. I mean, just saving units is just as good as winning units, in my opinion. So
yeah. Hey, yesterday was a bloodbath in the NHL with the Bruins being able to knock off the Avalanche and the Canadiens, knocking off the Maple Leafs. They play, the Maple Leafs. Bloodbath.
Yeah.
Absolute bloodbath. So no,
absolutely,
good stuff right there.
Yeah, man. And even some of those games were sketchy as hell. I mean, like the Hurricanes went into overtime, I think, against the Flyers, which again is something that probably shouldn't be happening. And they pulled it off, and the Flames were tied up with, I think, 40 seconds left against the Jets. I mean, so there could have been so much extra juice lost, honestly. I just don't think there was a lot of great value yesterday. I don't think there is a lot of great value today, but I think we're lucky enough to at least pull off a bet or two here. So
good stuff. Love that information. Of course, you can find all that information here in this video description. If you're only going to click on one thing in the video description, why don't you go check out his Facebook group that he's got over there at Facebook. Good community of people right there talking good, solid information, much like the Hockey Squirrel here is talking about. All right, we look forward to cashing over 5.5 in the Sharks versus the Ducks tonight. Thanks for this. We'll see you back here on Thursday.
Yeah, thank you much. Talk to you later.
Thanks for watching till the end. I'm Jason Mattis. Any love you can show by giving me a like, a subscription, or a comment, or even just share this video is very much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to increase your chances of locking in the same odds as I talked about today. And check out my other great videos in these corners.